April 2023, I was just 1 month postpartum with my daughter. I ended up with a gallstone obstruction. If you don't know what that means, I had a gallstone that was stuck in my main bile duct. When the pain started, it started as nausea, and it got so bad that I ended up going to the urgent care. Well, the urgent care dismissed me saying that I had heartburn. So I went home, took heartburn medicine, and I was fine during the day, but in the evening is when it got much, much worse. So this went on. I can't tell you exactly the timeline because a lot of those memories are very foggy to me. But what I do know is that I ended up in the ER and they did an ultrasound and they saw that I had a bunch of gallstones. Then I went home, but then the pain got worse to the point that I was pacing for hours because I just could not get comfortable and I was just so irritable. And keep in mind, at this point, I had a newborn baby. I end up back in the ER in the middle of the night, did an MRI. They found that I had a gallstone stuck in my main bile duct. So they went to do the procedure to remove the gallstone. I was then put into the ICU, where days later, the doctor comes in, looks my mother and my ex-husband in the face and says, "We messed up." And you may wonder, how did they mess up? The doctor had assigned me not only a young inexperienced surgeon, but an unqualified one. So instead of going in and removing the gallstone, he pushed it in, which led him to nip my pancreas. And if you don't know, your pancreas is one of the most sensitive organs that you have. So my body went haywire. I ended up in the ICU for 2 weeks at this specific hospital. They put me on dialysis because my kidneys started to fail. They then came in and said that they couldn't take care of me any further, sent me to another hospital in another state where I ended up being hospitalized off and on for nearly 10 months. In between all of that, y'all, it's so much to unravel, and it's really hard for me to talk about because it was one of the most terrifying moments of my life. When I was in the ICU at this other hospital, I was in the ICU for about 2.5 months. And in that ICU, I ended up in heart failure and respiratory failure, and then I had the kidney failure. So I was on dialysis, I had to have blood transfusions. The point when I went into heart failure, I coded and I died and had to be resuscitated. This led me to being bedridden for many, 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 many months, and I didn't actually start getting better due to my gallbladder being so inflamed and sick. I couldn't keep food down. So at this point, I had lost over 100 pounds. I looked like a frail old woman. Couldn't walk. I couldn't eat. I could hardly even